Hello, friend. Today in this video, I'm gonna bring you one of the very good and very profound and very practical and useful Azure service. It's called Automations. Azure Automations is an account that you will create in Azure portal. So I'm gonna start with the basic of creating an Azure automation account and Runbook. So there is an explanation about the Azure automation. For example, have you used a task scheduler to run a PowerShell script? This is can be done, but even on steroids. That's mean it's multiplied by several times more proficient, more fast in here. But in general, to have give you a broad idea about the what is Azure automation. Um, Automation is needed in the three broad area of cloud operation. As you can see, it says here, deploy and manage, deliver repeatable and constant infrastructure as a code, response, create event based automation to diagnose and resolve issues, orchestrate and integrate your automations with the other Azures or third-party services and products in here. As you can see, there's illustrations detail here. It shows you the capabilities of this function or this feature. There are also several services that can deliver the above requirements, where each service includes sets of capabilities and serve a role as a programmable platform. So this is illustrate you, give you a gist. What is the Azure automation, and also can be utilized with the config manager, and probably more well sysadmins more well aware of this process. Um, uh, and also it says here Azure Automation state configuration and update manager, share capabilities. What is it? All that automations fall. It provide number of shared capabilities, including shared resources, role-based access control, RBAC. We're gonna come to that, and flexible scheduling, source control, integrations, and auditing, and tagging. So also Azure automations consist of sets of shared resources that makes it easier to automate and configure your environment at scale. Schedule, modules and modules gallery, Python season credentials and connections, certificates, and variable. So this is basically it give you a real sufficient informations about the Azure automations. But what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go on a portal and search for automations and automations account, and it's gonna come up to this where you're gonna click on create, and it's gonna go and create an automations account right now, and that's what we're gonna do in the few minutes here. And I'm gonna, as always, and always you can be organized here, creating a resource group for your work. And this is general things that you need to do with any feature and um, uh, any resource that you're gonna use in here to better organize, add, remove, updates. You need to have a resource group. So I'm gonna go ahead and create one here. Gonna call it Shin, Shin RG um, 01, or that's based on the automations, which I think is a good names here. And I'm gonna give it demo the name of the account. I'll leave it to East, and that's what I have um, um, account with. And then we're gonna go ahead select next. So here it says use managed identities as a recommended method for authentication with Azure resources. So you have an options of a system assigned or a user assigned. Um, I do have users, and I created an account for users that can manage, add, and remove as a global and admin, and then other, and give him an other assignments for that user. So I would go here with the users of my choice, and then I'll get add the users from my list if I have it. So the automation account was created here, as you can see, and you know, it will be we're going to be working next with the access in here, but just to give you an overview, we're going to go to we have to give an access actually for this to entire resource, which happen to have I have a as I created for you, which is the resource group, and as you can see, it was here. So next, I went to the resource group here, the automation that I created actually, and then access IAM. And so we're going to add um, role assignments, as you can see here, and waiting to get populated. So we're going to select first the reader, and going to go next, and then to manage identity, select member in here, and we're going to select the automation account, and this is the account that I have. I'm not going to have a port for now. Gonna go to next and review and assign to the readers, which is good. So after giving the reader and other assignments in here, which I did as I showed you, for right now we're going to go ahead and run our first runbook in here. So this job, as you can see, this automation is new. We don't have any job or run book in here. As you can see on the left-hand side, there is a configuration management, inventory change tracking, and such, and also the shared resources, as you can see here. So let's go to module under shared resources here. And this is a list of all the modules and the dates of it in here. It's pretty much all the modules are available for our PowerShell runbook. And we have the options, of course, to add new modules or update AZ module in here. And or browse PowerShell gallery. And we can search and filter to verify the modules our runbooks needs are available here. So we're gonna change the runtime version to 7.1. It's still in preview. Okay. Or even 7.2 also. Okay, it give me an option. So the runtime version 7.1 hasn't added any things in the 7.2. We can select that, but 7.1 it says more than sufficient. And next, we're gonna create a simple runbook that will be use the AZ module here. Okay, and then we're gonna go to process automations, and we're gonna select Runbook here. And as you can see, there's a couple example of Runbook, and even the Run version is an older one. But let's create a new Runbook here. I will go ahead and call it simple Runbook. And for types, we're gonna select a PowerShell. And as you see, also there's an option for Python, PowerShell workflow, and graphical PowerShell and graphical PowerShell's workflow. So I'll select the PowerShell here, and I'm going go ahead and select the one I updated 7.1 and preview version, as you saw earlier that I updated the module. And as you know, during the Runbook's executions, PowerShell module 7 is still telling you is in a preview. So I'm going to go ahead and create. And as you can see, was successful. And what you see in front of you is a Runbook web editor right here. So first, let's verify the PowerShell version by calling the PSV version table variable. Get the $sign. Okay, P. Just want to double check the name. And we're gonna go ahead and click on save successfully, and then we're gonna click on test pane. And this is where we're gonna test the code. And again, there's previously I've performed, there was a issue with the manage identity sometimes that needs to be performed, and I have to have something added or verified uh, during my identity process. But we're gonna do that now and find out if it's gonna perform, and may ask or may not. And as you can see, it's getting queued. Stream will display when the test completes, and we're gonna wait for that to finish. And as you can see, was completed successfully. This is the PS version. This is here, and the um, the get camped ID version. This is an OS of Microsoft Windows. And with the rest of the details here, as you can see, we're gonna go ahead and close the pane here. Next, I'm gonna get some details from Azure in this case, and so we're gonna input some. Let's run the command get the AZ automation account to view um, to to view details. Matter of fact, about this entire automations account here. So The command is as follow: get the AZ automations account. We're passing the resource group name and the automations account itself, as you can see here. Go ahead and we're gonna click on save, and then we're gonna go ahead and test pane. And as you can see, it says streams will display when the test completed here. And as you can see, was in the process of queued. A stream will display after we start the test when the test is completed. And uh, right now it says, which is a good sign, that I come up with the multi-factor authentications that I have account set up on this is a possibility. And here it might fail because I have a math set up on the account. And I've seen that previously that come up with that in there. So the test was finished, and as you can see, it failed. And the reason for this, as I explained, and during the process, is the manage identity process in here. So we have managed identity, but we did not authenticate that ID with that managed ID with the Azure AD here. So that's the reason. And just like you need to log in and interact with the Azure, the Runbook also will need that log in and interact with the process itself in here. Um, so let's go ahead and close the test pane. And before we do the get AZ automation account, we have to run some series of automations account script that it's going to authenticate here and prior to do so, which I do have that in here. And next, as you can see, we set the contact. You can see and double check all the context is correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. We'll save successfully and run the test pane again. And gonna go ahead and start the job. And as you can see, it does say completed successfully. And the um, uh, the subscription ID was added, and then states OK. That's a location, as you can see here. And as you can see now, we get the details of this Runbook automations after we get it into Azure. And, and remember, the Runbook only can pull this information because we gave the managed the entities to that. So that was our, as you can see, we did the we added that script specifically to designate that in here and read the permission to Azure Automation Resource Group. So now after we tested it and everything looks good, perfect, no issues here, and let's go ahead and publish it. So let's go ahead and close the test pane. And as you know, we can publish that with the publish icon here on the left after clicking, and then you're gonna say yes, and see was successful. And after we publish it, you'll see the status here says no job found because we already did publish the Runbook successfully. And also, if you go to overview of our job account, as you can see, there'll be no job show in here. So in general, the test we run does not count as a job in here. So let's go back to our runbook. Okay, and as you can see here, the runbook that we published is right here, and, and then we go ahead and click on the runbook we created, and we're gonna go ahead now and run the job. Okay, gonna watch while the job is running. It's queued right now, and it's gonna pretty soon start in a starting status, as you can see, and it's going to status of running, and we're gonna wait to see here. It says completed, then successful. That's a very good sign, and see here the output and the errors, which is 0, excellent, and warning, all logs and exceptions, as you can see in here. So this is the entire output for the commands if we run. Now, if we go back to the automations account, then we go to overview. As you can see, one job ran successfully and is completed. Okay, so that's how we created an Azure automation account and also managed in the entity and performed runbook and tested and published the runbook successfully. So that's the end of my video, friends. I want to thank you for watching, and I always appreciate your likes and subscribes. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, please add them below. I will respond on a timely manner. And thank you again. Have a great day. Thank you.